Hello everybody, my name is Brian Mulligan, and this is a Premium Beat Autodesk Smoke tutorial. So a lot of people have asked me, how do I import still frames, or still frames in a sequence, to be a certain frame length when they appear on the desktop? So in other words, I want to import one frame, but have it end up being 60 frames repeated on the desktop to maybe make editing easier. This is something that you used to be able to do in the old versions of Smoke. Well, you can kind of do it in the existing version of Smoke. Let me show you how. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to a folder where I've got an image sequence set up here. This is a DPX sequence, and it's 3 seconds long, so it's 90 frames, starting from 0 to 89. By default, all image sequences are shown as a clip to make your life easier, but oftentimes you really want to see those individual frames. So with the clip selected, go ahead to the Format Specific options. It should show you what this clip is, in our case DPX. Under the Metadata tab, go ahead to Clip Options, and then under Sequence Detection, choose Sequence and flip it to Frames. Now you don't see anything update right now, because you have to refresh this media library. Once it's refreshed, you now have access to all of those 90 frames. If this weren't a DPX sequence, maybe it was a JPEG or a TIFF or a Targa sequence, you can go ahead and show all formats, choose Image Sequence, and then under the Metadata tab here, under Clip Options, you'll get the same sequence and frames detection selection. Go ahead and set it to frames, and be sure to refresh your media library. Alright, so what I'd like to do is import all of these single frames and make them 2 seconds long. Well, what I'm going to do is actually flip my DPX sequence back to sequence, refresh my library, and it becomes a single clip again. I'm going to go ahead and import this clip into my library. Let's go back to the timeline. Here's my clip. I'm going to go to Tools, go to Repeat, and instead of repeating frames, I'm going to repeat frames in clip. I'm now going to choose how long I want each of these frames in this clip to be. In my case, 60 frames. Go ahead and select the clip and render it out. Now instead of a 3-second clip, I have a 3-minute clip. And each of these individual frames now are 2 seconds long. There you go, 2 seconds. Okay, so now what I need to do is split this clip up. Let's go back to the Timeline tab. There's a shortcut inside of Smoke, but right now it's unassigned, and that will split a clip up in various ways. So go to your keyboard shortcuts. Go ahead and search for Clip Cut. That'll bring up 3 selections: Clip Cut at current frame, Clip Cut at each splice, and Clip Cut at end frames. The Clip Cut at end frames is the one that we want. Just go ahead and assign it a hotkey of your choice. At this point, I know that Command 0 is free. So I'll go ahead and hit Set and save it. Exit back out. Now, onto the desktop, I'm going to create a new folder because I'm going to end up getting a lot of frames. I'm going to move this clip into it. Now, when I look at this clip, I'll move it down here in the corner. Go ahead and hit your hotkey that you assigned. It'll ask you, at how many frames do you want to make a cut in this clip? Our case was 60 because we want 2 seconds. Go ahead and hit Enter. And Smoke will automatically divide this clip up every 2 seconds and create a new clip. It will then take that clip and divide it up until it's done. Let's go ahead and hit Arrange Fit All. And you can see that now I have each frame of my frame sequence repeated out to 2 seconds. Now you can use these to simply drag and drop into your edit sequence, and you're good to go. But what if you don't want every frame in a clip? Or what if you've got individual frames that you want to repeat, but just a lot of them, but they're not necessarily in a sequence. You can do that too. Let's go back to our desktop here. We'll go ahead and go back to the Media Hub. We're still looking at our frame sequence. Let's change the clip options back to frames now. Refresh. Go ahead and swipe my viewer. Let's say I just want clips 4, 6, and 10, and 42. I'm going to go ahead and import these clips, drop them into a blank area here, which will just create a new library. Go to my timeline, look at my library. Here are my 4 clips, all imported at a single frame each. So from here, we just need to get these into a single clip. That's pretty easy. Go ahead and create a new sequence. Go ahead and set it up to the resolution that these clips are, assuming they're all the same. In our case, HD, hit Create. Choose your sequence down here at the bottom. Select your 4 clips. And simply move them to the timeline. Now you have these 4 clips edited at 1 frame each. Go ahead then, take your sequence, and do the same repeat process, repeating all the frames in the clip for as long as you want. Pick it, render it here. Let me go ahead and create a new folder again to split these clips up. Drop that in there. Look at that folder. Here's our clip. Move it down to the bottom. Go back to the timeline. Use our hotkey that we assigned, Command 0. Split it up to however many frames that we created for each clip. Hit Enter. And now I've got my 4 clips back, each 2 seconds in length for editing. Once you get used to this little trick, it's pretty easy. And if you've got a lot of frames to work with, this will actually be much faster than individually repeating frames on the desktop. Got any questions? Feel free and drop me a comment here on this blog. Until next time, thanks for checking out Premium Beat. I know they've got great music there. I'll talk to you later.